सगळे आमचे हेराल्ड TV पळयणाऱ्यांक माय मोगाचो येवकार. Welcome to Band with Herald TV World Cup 2022. Before we proceed, let me share with all of you the results of the last night and this morning. England 0, USA 0, Wales 0, Iran 2, Qatar 1, Senegal 3, Netherlands 1, and Ecuador 1. So there we are. Hosts Qatar crashed out of their own World Cup after they were beaten 1-3 by Senegal, and Ecuador held the Netherlands to a 1-1 draw. Qatar, which has spent $200 billion to stage football's global showpiece, became just the second World Cup host in history after South Africa in 2010 to bow out in the group stage. Qatar's player Tarek said, "We would like to say we are very sorry to the supporters, to the country. We have made them feel bad about losing 2 games in a row. It feels very bad to be out of the World Cup." Then we had this crucial England's match, and England's manager Southgate was booed by the English fans as they drew goalless with the United States of America. Southgate said he was worried and that England had struggled, and as such the England fans were left wondering why Phil Foden was kept out of the bench for the entire 90 minutes of the game, as the team desperately looked elsewhere for a spark in the team. Foden was not there. England's overall performance was rated as poor. The midfield just didn't click. They looked tired, and the USA's midfield was much better. United States of America, they were patient. They created the best of chances, and slowly but surely England got frustrated. Off the field, Saudi Arabia football players will get a Rolls-Royce for beating Argentina. Prince Mohammed Salman will present each of the players with a 6 million in their Saudi Arabia currency Rolls-Royce Phantom when they return to Qatar. The fans have been on cloud 9, and so did the entire people of Saudi Arabia. With 48 places separating Argentina and Saudi Arabia in the world rankings, many had felt that Argentina, led by Messi, could easily defeat Saudi Arabia. Argentina had been unbeaten for 3 years till Saudi Arabia resisted one of the biggest upsets with a shock 1-2 victory. Argentina, however, still are the favorites to win the championship. In Dubai, a penguin named Toby had predicted correctly the wins of Saudi Arabia and Japan so far. The prediction, where a parrot in Bahrain had claimed that USA would beat England, proved totally wrong. So we are set now, and we have a new expert with us, and he is the coach of the FC Goa Elite Youth team, and currently he is doing his professional license from the Asian Football Confederation. He has already secured the AFC conditioning coaching license, and the best part is he represented India at the International Asian Beach Games, and World qualifying games are held in Dubai and in Indonesia. It's my privilege to welcome the one and only Gavin Araújo. Welcome, Baba Gavin.
Thank you, sir. Pleasure being here and pleasure always working with you.
Thank you, Gavin. Now, everybody was concentrated on England's match yesterday. The same must have been with you. What is your say on this match?
Yeah, I think we can start with the lineups. You can see how the teams are lined up. So England lined up 1-4-2-3-1 and USA lined up 1-4-4-2. So if you go by the lineups, you can predict what the coaches were looking for. So initial stages, I could see England, they were building up well. They were going through the midfield. In the first 15-20 minutes, you could see both the wings were active. Trippier combining with Saha. Again, Harry Kane, chance on goal. On the other side, it was...
almost the same team that they had.
On the other side, there was one more chance.
Yes.
Where almost they were hit on goal. So there were two quick chances in the first 15 minutes.
And there was only one surprise change as Haji Wright started up front.
Yeah, so again going back to Southgate,
yes.
Maybe we have to know what he wanted from the match. I heard a few pundits talking, England internationals. There was Gary Neville and there was Ian Wright. Gary Neville was talking from the fans' perspective.
Yes.
And it was very hard. It was a hard time for the fans to accept what happened in the first match.
It was.
And because it was 6-2, it was free flowing, a lot of goals.
Yeah.
And after a few days, it was difficult for them to understand why they could not hit the same form. But I heard Ian Wright talking from the players' perspective. And it is very difficult to hit the high note all the time.
Yes, it is not possible. It's not possible.
So it is from the players and the coaches' point of view. If they go back, they just wanted 1 point going into the last match, and they could qualify only if they resist a 4-0 defeat.
Yes.
So going into the match, yesterday's match, knowing they just need 1 point, so maybe the approach was certain that you could see from the lineup and the players which came out to play. Again, you would see Foden not introduced, the wing back Alexander Arnold not introduced. So you could see the lineup was made such a way that they were very compact at the back. You could make out they just needed 1 point to advance in the group of 16.
Yeah, they have one of the best chances to move ahead.
Yeah, so right now I think they are all certain to move ahead, and that was more important for the players and the coaches. And I could understand the fans' disappointment where they wanted to see they wanted to see the goals, but at the same time, the enthusiasm the fans will be when they progress to the round of 16.
Yeah, but the United States put up a very spirited fight. They outran England in the middle of the park as the three lions struggled to deal with the high intensity pressure from the opponents. USA were the better side. Both USA and England had plenty of chances, with Christian hitting the crossbar in 32nd minute. Harry Kane had a few glances at the goal but failed to find the back of the net. England will go through the next round of 16 if they avoid defeat. Just they have to avoid defeat against their neighbours Wales in their final group match. Whereas the US must beat Iran in their final group match, US are third in the group with 2 points, just behind Iran, which has got 3 points. US missed a lot of chances, but England were unrecognizable as the side that put 6 goals past Iran in their opening match. England fans will wonder how Harry Kane missed that. He had wide open header in the 93rd minute from Shaw's free kick. England just need a positive result, win or draw against Wales on Tuesday to sail through as group leaders, while US must beat Iran to advance. Do you think that England has got greater chances to qualify with a draw rather than US, who needs a victory?
I think for me, England are already through. I mean, they have to just avoid a 4-0 defeat. And that is what showed in yesterday's match. On on the other hand, USA wanted to win the match because it would make their chances easier to qualify. Although they are playing against Iran, still going by yesterday's performance, Iran is a transformed team and it's not going to be easy for them. So they wanted more than 1 point from yesterday's match. So it's a desire from the players. I mean, England just wanted to progress with 1 point, so you could see the body language, and you could see more desire from the USA, as they knew Iran had already a good performance.
Yes.
And now they have to actually defeat Iran to go through.
England are almost certain, as Gavin talks about, to qualify, but it was a not so good reality check yesterday. If you look into the United States, Pulisic shone for the team. The Chelsea star had limited chances, yet he showed exactly why he is so highly rated. He led from the front and even acted as a cheerleader for their supporters as USA applied pressure in the second half. He troubled England defense with his intelligent running and control, and was desperately unlucky to see a powerful first half drive bounce off the woodwork when the goalkeeper Jordan was beaten. Leeds United's Tyler Adams was another inspirational figure as the USA fully merited their point. We are coming very close to the first break that we have of this program, which is Bandit with Herald TV, which is being supported by Decathlon Kalangut, Martin's Corner Betalbatim, Adleng Goy Family Restaurant, Doria Degir Multi Cuisine Old Goa, and Martin's Corner Betalbatim. We have the expert with us today, Gavin Arouj, and we'll have a short break and we will come back.
Please do drop in at a small little family restaurant called Adleng Goy, which is just 5 minutes from Basilica of Born Jesus and Say Cathedral. In this small restaurant, we serve authentic Goan cuisine, and we are known even for our fresh fish, chicken, mutton, etc. Also, we are known even for the other cuisines like tandoori, Indian, Indo-Chinese. So why don't you come over? Also, we have a full-fledged bar, and our bartenders do really good, amazing cocktails and mocktails. And also, most important point, we are having a live premiere of the FIFA World Cup. So do drop in with your family and friends, and for reservations, dial the number on the screen.
Today we are at Martin's place, and the ambience sarke chod baren. Like, look at this, so spacious and so nice. You feel like dancing. So let's cheers for it. The food here is next level. Like, it's so good, and so the prawns, guys, they were so kurkurit. Like, it is approved by Mr. Kurkurit. So look at me, eat them. And Goan sausage stuffed sweets. Kitne lagtale rahe ho. Saam ke kadis boom bang zata. Ani tenge signature dish mila mare stuffed crabs. Kitne lagta bara pure crab meat, white wine, ani cream, ani cheese gun. Jauna hail mera ami prawns pulao ani chicken kafrial. Kafrial ki lagta har ke chod bare ta pulao.
Welcome back. You are watching the Bend It with Herald TV. We have been talking about the England and USA match with Gavin Arouj, and everyone agrees that England were lackluster and their efforts drew loud jeers from the fans. England were devoid of any spark and zip. They looked jaded throughout and were fortunate that the USA, led by the excellent Pulisic, did not take advantage. England barely created a moment of danger in the second half, despite the fact that Captain Harry, his header was just wide, being the only moment of anxiety for the USA. What do you say, Gavin, about the USA's performance?
Yeah, so going back, I think we have to know what the coach, how he got it right tactically. So the coach actually cancelled out Jude to some extent, as Jude was a live wire in England's first game. So he cancelled it out by man marking him. He completely got him out of the match, and that's how USA had more to show going forward.
So it was a good tactical move.
Yeah, he completely cancelled him out, and when he came in the interview, he actually said he was demanding 3 things from his players, which is he wanted to hurt England with the ball. So after cancelling out Jude, he had more of the ball in the midfield. He wanted to be very compact. That shows in his 4-4-2 formation he came out with. And he demanded very quick defensive transitions from his players whenever they lost the ball. So those are the 3 things they got it right completely. And that's how they looked better than England.
So I think we have taken quite some time with this critical match. We have Netherlands 1, Ecuador 1, where Netherlands had 55% of ball possession. And then we have Qatar 1, Senegal 3, which with the Netherlands draw has put Qatar out. And initially we had Iran beating 10-man Wales to stay alive in Group B. So Iran struck 2 goals in injury time, and it was substitutes who got those goals. So let's go to Netherlands, Ecuador. Now Netherlands have 4 points. Ecuador also has 4 points. Senegal has come back now with 3 points. Qatar is out. Netherlands got the lead through Cody and in the 6th minute, but it was Captain Valencia who equalized in the 49th for Ecuador. Ecuador's captain, they call him as a Superman, led the fight back, and that kept Ecuador in contention for a place in last 16. What is your view on the match, Netherlands-Ecuador?
Yeah, as always, we'll go back to the team formation. So Holland lined up with 1-3-4-3, quite attacking. Ecuador lined up with 1-5-4-1, which actually looks very deceiving as defensive, but it was not. So what happened with Ecuador was, because they had 5 in the defense, their wing backs were staying very high and they were getting involved all the time in the attacking part, because they've already balance of 3 defenders whenever both were high. So although it looks very defensive, it was actually quite attacking. And that's why you see Valencia always has a free role, because he knows there are a lot of players behind him to cover. So he always flourishes up front. And they depend so much on him, as he has scored last 6 of Ecuador's goals in last 5 matches.
And
already
here, the last 3 are all his.
The last 3 in the last 2 matches. So it will depend on him. After he showed some signs of injury yesterday and also in the first game, I'm expecting to start the 3rd match, but I don't know how long it will last and whether he can secure finishing touch before he goes out of the last match.
It's quite scary.
Yeah.
Because if he is not there, then Ecuador will have big problems.
And also they're missing one of their favorite midfielder after double booking yesterday.
Okay. So the manager of Netherlands, Louis van Gaal, said, if you want to become world champs, then of course you need to improve a lot, as some of the opponents we are yet to face are playing at a much higher level. And he added, we simply need to improve our game in terms of ball possession. Do you agree with the statement?
I think the players they have are excellent. They just need to step up, as the coach is rightly saying. I think Memphis Depay came in the second half, very little impact. Frankie de Jong actually is responsible for giving the ball away when they considered the equalizer. And also the captain need to step up, as he was at fault for not closing down and allowing the shot to go through before it was deflected from the goalkeeper and Valencia tapping in. So I think they have the players. It's just a desire, and I come back again. I think all these big names are going to hit high note as and when required.
As the event progresses. Yeah. Okay. And Captain Valencia, he has been the hero of the Ecuador, but he had to leave the field on a stretcher. Do you think that his injuries are serious, or will he recover on time?
So looking at him in the first game, he again limped off, came back in the second match, and again, although he was stretched and he was icing his knee, I still expect him to start. I don't know how long he will last, but if he can give a margin for them before he exits the game, like maybe 1-0, 2-0, and they can held on it, then it will be.
Because Ecuador will need him on Tuesday for their crucial match against Senegal. And Senegal came back all of a sudden, and they are in contention also for a place of 16.
I think Senegal needs to win and Ecuador needs 1 point from the match. So let's see how they line up.
And the match Qatar-Senegal, Qatar have been eliminated on the second match of theirs and less than a week into the tournament when they have been preparing for 12 years. Do you think they didn't prepare well? Because 12 years is a long period.
I think maybe they didn't have a lot of game time. As in Asia or in India, we always struggle with a lot of game time. We struggle with a lot of quality opponents. And I think there was pressure on them because they are the team who can match Japan, and other Asian teams have done well. I think it was just pressure for playing at home and playing in the first match after the inaugural ceremony.
Yeah, that inaugural match was a nerve-wracking.
I think otherwise they are a good team and they have done well in the AFC Cup and the Asian Confederations level. So I think it's just pressure and not having exposure of playing against big teams.
But Qatar so far are the worst performing team in the 92-year history of the World Cup. Against Qatar, Senegal striker Dia drilled their first goal. Famara made it 2-0 at the start of the second half. Now, Qatar scores through substitute Muntari, who beat goalkeeper after the Chelsea goalkeeper, Mendy, had pulled off 2 world-class saves to deny Qatar, which rallied in the second half. Qatar's hopes of qualification lasted just 6 minutes before Senegal's substitute Bamba re-established the 2-goal advantage, because it was coming to that small margin, and people thought that Qatar had a good chance, but they deceived.
I think it was a very good period for Qatar on those when Mendy came up with some big saves. They could have easily made it 2-2, and maybe little more encouragement going into the next match with 1 point would have been completely different.
Definitely, definitely.
But full marks to Mendy, as it is a very good goalkeeper, and he kept his team in the game.
Yeah, but Qatar disappointed everybody in the end. I mean, not much was also expected from them, but then they had to live in this manner.
I think at AFC level they will bounce back very easily because they are a very good team. I'm expecting them to do well in the next tournament they have. Yeah, just unlucky for them to bow out very early in 5 days into the
And
tournament.
then in the beginning yesterday, we had Iran beating Wales 2-0, and they are alive in Group. And they scored in the added time, in the injury time. Okay. Later in the second half, Wales goalkeeper Hennessy was sent off with 4 minutes to go because of a reckless foul outside the penalty box, following a video assistant referee check, and that gave Iran a 1-man's advantage in the dying minutes, and they scored during those minutes. What do you have to say about it? You're 1 man down and you score.
So Iran wanted to go all out because they wanted those points after losing the first match badly, and they got a chance when the team goes -1 and it's an advantage, and as you see they use the advantage to their maximum, and that's how they are back into the tournament.
The first half was a very drab affair, with neither of the two teams managing to create big chances. Earlier, Gareth Bale made history for Wales as he started the game against Iran, making his 110th appearance for the country. Wales' first World Cup for 64 years looks set to end at the first hurdle. Iran won a gut-wrenching match, but deserved the last ditch victory. Wales started poorly and had the VAR to thank for disallowing a goal from Iran's Golizad for offside. For the first time, Iran players sang their national anthem this time, but their own fans booed the anthem and some cried in the stands. Rowed on by the fervent and almost entirely Iranian crowd, Carlos Queiroz's side were extremely unlucky not to score early in the second half as two of their strikers hit the post. Wales were a ragged side. Goalkeeper Hennessy, who rushed out of the box, brought down Taremi. He was shown the yellow card first, but it was changed to a red after the referee was advised to check it on VAR. The 35-year-old goalkeeper became only the third goalkeeper to be sent off at a World Cup. Do you think that the red card was deserving?
Yeah, I think once they check on VAR, maybe he was, I think he was out of the box, and that's how when he brought him down, they had to go for
But
the
it
red
had
card.
to be a VAR decision.
Maybe the referee got call from the VAR
yes,
to go and check,
and that is
then
how.
there will be a discussion what we can't hear, and maybe they came to a point where they have to send him off.
So we have tackled all the matches played yesterday, and we look for today and tomorrow. We have at 3:30 the match is already going on. That's Group D, Tunisia versus Australia. Then at 6:30 today, we have Group C, Poland versus Saudi Arabia. Then there is a very strong match, Group D, at 9:30 p.m., France versus Denmark. What is your prediction on France-Denmark?
I think it's going to be a very good game.
Will be very tough.
Yeah.
Will be tough. And on Sunday, midnight, we have Group C, Argentina versus Mexico. It will be also a very, very interesting game, and Argentina will definitely would like to make amends for their great loss. What do you feel?
That's the only chance. If they don't get through at least 1 or 3 points, then they're out of the tournament.
But everybody still believes that Argentina will make it to the round of 16 at least, if not to the finals. What is your thought on that?
I think they should make it, because it will be bad for the tournament for such a big team to go out with good players, and it was expected that they will be in the finals and also winning the finals. Many had predicted, so I think they have good players to come out from.
And Messi is there, and he will give his best, because this is going to be the last match, last tournament for him.
Yeah, I believe also they'll come out of the group.
So for all our viewers, also do participate in the World Cup. You can predict the winners, and the prediction on the match France versus Denmark. Send your answer on WhatsApp. I will repeat the number 82371 60273. I will repeat it once again. 82371 60273. It is there on the screen, and do participate, and that shows how much you are involved in this beautiful World Cup being held for the first time in an Arab world in Qatar. We are coming to the end of this Bend It with Herald TV, and this presentation has been supported by Decathlon Kalangut, Martin's Corner Betalbatim, Adlengoy Family Restaurant, Doria Deger Multi Cuisine, and we have Martin's Place Village Bistro in Navalim. We owe our gratitude to this great upcoming coach that we have, an international in beach football, Gavin. Many, many thanks for you for being here with us and sharing the precious moments. Your analysis was excellent, let me tell you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for having me. Always a pleasure.
And we will need you. We will need you for more matches. I'm sure you will oblige us.
Thank you so
So,
much, sir.
bye-bye to all our viewers. Stay tuned, and let's enjoy every moment of the Bend It with Herald TV. Bye-bye.